Hey guys, welcome back to Worth the Space, the series where I dive into Xbox Game Pass titles and decide if they're worth the space. Today we're looking at Ori and the Blind Forest, a stunning platformer that's as emotional as it is challenging. I've spent 1 hour on the game and I'll tell you if in that time I find it's worth the space. Let's get into the video. When you start the game, you're greeted with 3 save slots and 4 difficulties. For me, I chose normal, but there's also hard, 1 life, and easy. Most of you I think will pick normal as that's the standard for most games. Now the game opens with a beautiful, long, and really well done intro, but I won't show you too much because I want you to be able to experience it on your own, and it shows a lot of the story, which I'm going to try and not show you loads of, so you can experience yourself if you decide to play. The intro is where we meet our main characters, Ori, who we play as, and Naru, the motherly figure to Ori. I felt so much emotion in this intro, and through this whole tutorial part of the game, it's really well done. And I just have to say, Ori and Naru are absolutely adorable. They are some of the cutest characters I've ever seen in games, and I feel so much emotion to them already, and I've only just got through the intro. Now, for a game that is 9 years old, the art in this game is amazing. It's so well designed and has really stood the test of time, and it's not too drawing on your computer. You should be able to play this on almost anything, and I believe you can play it from PC and console too. Now, I'm going to skip through most of the intro here because I think you should try seeing it on your own. You should get the lights dark and really get comfortable and set in like it's a little show. It's so emotional and really well designed that I cannot do it justice through this video. So, I'm going to begin us here, where our character is really woken up and we can finally move around freely with the full capacity of this game. One thing to note is you do not have many of your abilities here. You are really limited, but you unlock a ton as you go through. It's a very similar system to Hollow Knight, where you're constantly unlocking new abilities and new ways to get around the map, and you can't progress until you've unlocked those in the areas you've already been. The game is a really interesting saving mechanic. You get to save on your own entirely. I don't even know if there are any autosaves in this game, which I forget about a lot, but once you get into the rhythm of it, they're actually pretty cool, and it gives you a lot of freedom and creativity and prevents those really long loading times as long as you remember to make new checkpoints. This is one of the reasons it reminds me of Rayman Legends. Down here there's a little pocket with some loot in, which just reminds me of that game from my childhood. And here's the ability tree. This thing's pretty sweet. You're constantly leveling up, and these are kind of quality of life upgrades. It means you can respawn at checkpoints more, you can pick up items from further away, or you can shoot multiple projectiles. All of them are really easy to upgrade, and they're fun. Now here, we've just picked up our little energy ball friend. He's how we break through walls and fight enemies. Our first enemy is coming up, and he's pretty simple, but his design's pretty cool. Now, here's our first spirit well. These are pretty much places where you can restore your health and quick travel to different locations on the map. Now you have to unlock them first. It's a different waypoint system for this game, but they're pretty useful, and I'm sure it will speed up the game quite a lot when you have quite a few unlocked. And this is the first ancestral tree in the game. These unlock main abilities like wall jump, which then allow you to go around the map and explore new places. This one unlocks the most out of any I've seen, but as you go on, you will unlock more ones where whenever you come across something you couldn't really get past, it's usually because you haven't found a tree yet. For example, this one here unlocks Charge Flame. This allows you to break through these rock walls that you will be seeing everywhere, and it's good to know because they can be quite frustrating until you learn these mechanics. It's part of these games, and if you don't like it, you usually just won't like these games, but if you're okay with it, it's a good mechanic and it helps progression. Now here's the introduction of another enemy. This is like a Minecraft slime. Every time you kill it, it multiplies until it gets smaller. Now these were really tricky at first, but a cool mechanic is the ability we just got from that last tree can be used to kill lots of them at once. A bit expensive, but it takes this thing down really quick. And as you can see, this is one of the walls I was just talking about, where if you use the ability, then it can break through it and unlock new areas. Now here is the second main biome we explore. This one has new mobs, new monsters, and new zones. It also has different mechanics, such as energy doors, where you have to increase your energy capacity to be able to get through them, and overall, it's a really cool area. It took me a while to explore, and I died a lot here. It was not very intuitive at first, but I think I might just be kind of dumb, so I'm sure you'll probably do better than me. And this right here is where I died a ton. over and over and over again. Was it because I was stubborn and stupid? Yes. If I had just gone up more, just over the platform, just above where I was jumping before, I would have found I could go to the next area. I assumed it was blocked. As you can see, I died again and again and again. Now here's a couple more of the enemies. These ones are really cool. I love their designs. I don't know what this giant lava crystal is that shoots the laser beam, but it's really awesome. It did kill me, but most of the time you're able to avoid it as long as you just keep on running. So as you can see here, I kind of trapped myself. It is what it is. It was one shot killed me, but I learned again in the future. Now, I do want to say, if you really like character design, or enemy design I should say, this game's awesome. If you like all the other ones, I'm sorry I keep mentioning them, but Hollow Knight, Rayman Legends, this game is so like those. There is so much to explore, and the design is just fantastic. For a game made 9 years ago, I think it's incredible. The mobs are awesome, and they feel well balanced, but they are strong. You will die a lot. I played this game for an hour, like I said at the start, and I died 21 times. And there was probably a good 10 minutes or so I couldn't die in this game. So be prepared for that. I'm just probably bad, but you may die a lot, and that's just kind of part of it. The one thing that isn't balanced though is this little roller guy. He tracks you like a missile. I swear I wasn't able to avoid him ever. He's so annoying. Can't kill him. Little rant here. This thing killed me so much. As you can see here, I've been playing for about 50 minutes at this point, and my ability tree is already looking pretty good. I recommend splitting up your points and putting them into a bit of each because, as I said at the start, they're quality of life upgrades, and the more you spread them out, the more well balanced you'll be overall. So I went with this, but I'm sure maybe there's some proper builds, but I didn't do any research into what was good before, and this is what worked for me. Here's a little bit of the map as well. It's really well done, and it is exactly like all the other games in this genre. It's pretty sweet, and it's a really good way of telling you where to go and where you haven't gone. The grayed out areas are as you've unlocked by using these map points. They unlock the whole area, but they do not show you stuff you haven't been in yet. That stays grey. So you really want to keep an eye out for these because they will reveal the whole place, and there may be a couple secrets here and there that you could have missed, and it's good to you. And that's it for my first hour with Ori and the Blind Forest. I really like this game. It was a lot of fun. I think you probably will too, and for only 6 gigabytes, this is definitely worth the space. Now, I'm sure I made a couple mistakes, and if I did, please feel free to point them out in the comments. I'd love to hear your feedback, and do you think it's worth the space too? Now, thank you so much for watching. There'll be more reviews coming soon, so please make sure to like and subscribe, and make sure to have a great day.